Thank you, Madam Chairman. St. Charles officials and employees lend their talents and expertise to the 79th National Association of Counties Conference held at the Ernest M. Memorial Center July the 11th through the 14th. Contributing to the event, we receive awards and also some elected officials to leadership positions. The purpose of the conference held is in different counties each year in July is to provide opportunities for county leaders and staffs to learn, network, and guide the direction of the association's national advocacy efforts. Those efforts focus on key important issues to counties such as transportation, resilience, health care, criminal justice, and economic development. St. Charles Parish received the NACO Achievement Award on behalf of 10 South Louisiana parishes for collective public outreach efforts related to the fight to reverse unaffordable flood insurance premium increases contained in the biggest water flood insurance reform act of 2012. Our public information officer, Renee A. Simpson, was also honored for her work in designing and writing the Be Prepared Hurricane Guide. That piece was the best in its class winners in the brochure category of the National Association of Public Information Officers Awards for Excellence Program. St. Charles Parish leaders also assumed leadership position within NACO. Chief Executive Officer Buddy Bull earlier this year was elected Vice President of the NACO's Next Generation Network. Next Generation provides a grassroots forum for young county officials to network, become engaged in NACO, and develop a new generation of associated leaders. In addition, Councilman at Large Division B, Joris Lewis, was elected to a two-term as Secretary of the National Association of Black County Officials. St. Charles Parish also took part in the conference parade across Louisiana, event held at the Superdome, which showcased food and tourist information from the majority of the parishes. I think we have some footage on that, do we? Don't have it? Last week, on July 17, 2014, the RSVP held the annual recognition banquet at the Eddie Dufresne Community Center to thank all the River Parish volunteers enrolled in the RSVP program who contributed hours for 2013. Approximately 400 volunteers were in attendance. For the reporting period, St. Charles Parish had 266 enrolled volunteers that contributed 30,486 hours of service to their community. Based on the 2013 value of volunteer time, this is a saving to St. Charles Parish of $687,422.39. Quite an achievement. All participants received certification of appreciation. Years of service pins were given to those volunteers who had 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 years of service. 8 awards were given out to volunteers who contributed the most hours, and 2 awards were given out to volunteers who contributed the top awards. Entertainment was provided by the oldies but goodies. West Bank Hurricane Protection Update. Southern Delta Construction had constructed all necessary permanent dikes, and the site dewatering of the level right-of-ways has been completed. The entire 56-acre project right-of-ways have been cleared. The permanent dikes currently offer a 3.5 elevation of protection for the Willow Ridge Estates. 8,200 feet of silt fencing has been installed. Approximately 2,200 lineal feet of the permanent levee is under construction in various stages of vertical lifts. About 15,000 cubic yards of drainage canal has been excavated and stockpiled. Approximately 3,900 feet of inspection trenches under the levee footprint has been completed. The contractor is continuing the reduction of clearance vegetation debris on the site with the air curtain burners, which is being followed by the removal of certain materials from the site. Some of the larger trees will be hauled off by the third party and put back into commerce. At the Lafayette Drive entrance to the project, the sand base and concrete surfacing for the main road has been installed for approximately 100 feet in length, along with associated drainage pipes. Construction is anticipated to be completed within the first quarter of 2015, depending on allowable weather conditions. As of this council meeting, the project is 204 days into the 455 calendar days projected, inclusive of approval of change orders. Additionally, the design of the Willow Ridge pumping station has been completed and is expected to be advertised in the fourth quarter of 2014, with construction anticipated to begin the first quarter of 2015. The levee phase for Willowdale Drive to the Willowdale Pump Station whose scope included approximately 1,500 feet of levee at elevation 7.5 and a T-wall frontal protection at the Willowdale pump station is currently in the final design phase. The Ellington phase soil boring work in the field has been completed, and laboratory testing on these soil borings is to be completed this month. The geotechnical engineer has begun the stabilization analysis for the levee, with preliminary results being provided to the engineer in order to optimize the levee and the canal alignment. Design for the Ellington T-wall structures is about to begin for the frontal protection at the Cousins and Kellogg pumping stations. Meetings will be held at the end of the month with the gas pipeline companies to discuss design and construction responsibilities for the T-walls at those locations. Coordination of the levee and T-wall design with sewer force main projects currently is development by the wastewater department is ongoing. Access point to the project has been discussed and approval for the incorporation into the design documents. The conceptual design for the Ellington pumping station has been accepted and preliminary design has begun. All landowners should have received a notification for Lafourche Basin Levee District regarding the ongoing appraisal notification, notifying them of any opportunities to meet with the appraisals. Appraisal sites visits to the properties are currently ongoing, with right-of-ways acquisition anticipated to be completed by the end of 2014, with a target construction date as early as 2015 for the first levee lift. Magnolia Ridge, the reissuance permits are anticipated in the next few weeks, as the regulatory agency has advised that all requirements from the parish has been satisfied. Soil boring field works has begun. Topographical surveys for the levee is to begin this month, followed immediately by the initiation of design efforts for the levee. A task order for the design of the levee improvement is under development. Sunset Drainage District, the Lafourche Levee District has contacted with the geotech engineers to take soil borings along the alignment of the levee, and this work is expected to be completed at the end of the year. Currently, 42 of the 210 borings have been completed. Information from the preliminary geotechnical results will be reported soon and will be used to develop a preliminary typical section and a final boring layout plan, which is to be reviewed by CPRA. Right now we are holding public meetings that show the impact of homeowners for the Flood Insurability Affordable Act. We had 2 meetings on the East Bank. We had good attendance. We now have 2 meetings on the West Bank. One is July the 29th at 6 o'clock at the West Bank Library, and the second will be on July 31st at 410 First Street in Bayou Gauche. That concludes my report, Madam Chairman.